Living Local presents Biz Buzz 413.
Hi, everybody. It's Jill, and I am back. I am live at the Entrepreneur 413 event with Living Local. This is Biz Buzz 413. Nobody told me when I signed up that I was going to get to talk to a celebrity. Hello.
Hey, Jill. How you
I
doing?
I would love to just call you like my pal Adam, but I'm going to formally introduce you as, ladies and gentlemen, please help me welcome Senator Adam Gómez.
Well,
And of
thank
course,
you.
Chris. And the crowd goes wild for you too. What's your title, Chris? You're off mic, but what's his title? He's got a
Oh,
mouthful.
Chris is my communications director. So if ever anyone wants to reach out and just talk to me, get my opinion, or probably wants to sign me up to another podcast, you would reach him at Chris.Gongora, Gongora, at masssenate.gov, MASENATE.gov.
That is a lot. You know what I'll do? I'll try to link it.
Thanks.
I don't know if I'll be able to figure it out, but I'll try. No, and Chris is the bomb. I worked with him recently at an event for visual sound productions, and he just he's the man. Like, I don't want to knock you, but you didn't even need to be there. He just handled it all. Like, he's so
Oh,
good.
that
So you're in good
he
hands.
I definitely am. He comes well equipped with all the stuff, and I broke him out of this shiny package, and it's been working well for the Hamden district.
I love it.
And a lot of people ask me, "Who's that guy?" I said, "Oh, it's the body guy. He's
We're
the
gonna we're
body
gonna
guy."
keep him. Yeah.
No, but
Cool.
he's actually been awesome. He used to work at Senator Warren's office for a while as the regional director for Western Massachusetts.
This became like a resume builder for Chris.
Yeah,
While he's
no, it's
here.
just
That's right.
he came right over. He born and raised, comes from humble beginnings,
Oh,
and
I
used to
love
work for the
it.
city of Springfield too. So, you know,
So I want to ask you, and I'm just going to call you Adam for a sec. So
sure, of
Adam,
course,
what I love about you is you're, like me, you're a guy from the hood. I mean, I'm not a guy from the hood, but I'm a girl from the hood. And we're Springfield. We're Springfield through and
absolutely,
through.
413.
But now you have this huge opportunity because you have this platform that is bigger than, you get to actually be heard on the other side of 495. So tell me just real quick, when you're dealing with the state government right now, which is not as broken as our federal government, what are you seeing? I mean, Massachusetts, for the most part, is supporting trying to get things back in line for getting the federal government open. But this is a mess, and you don't have a lot of direct control, but you have to be able to influence, right? So how does it
So,
work?
honestly, just recently, I just was down. I was down at the federal government, down in Washington D.C. at the Congressional Hispanic Caucus, and
Okay.
and talking about different things that are going on within the Latino community around outside of Massachusetts, just to understand immigration, economic
Yeah.
development, and how the federal government is impacting all of that. But
Yeah.
then coming back here, then obviously we just seen the reports come out that when it comes to healthcare and things that are important like education as well, food insecurity, we're bummed out and we're trying to feel trying to figure out how to figure out $3.7 billion
Yeah.
that is not going to show up, right? So
Right.
working with the administration, with Maura Healey and her people, and then obviously our leadership at the Senate and in the House, this budget season is going to be very, very, I think, very nerve-wracking,
Yeah.
to say the least. This last quarter didn't really come in the way that we wanted it to see. But obviously, we have to fill in the gaps, and we're trying to figure out. I know that there's been conversations of, the casino mitigation fund that just,
Mhm.
we found out that it's not going to exist probably in this budget season, which is a very grave concern because that was promised to us here in Western
Yeah.
Massachusetts.
Yeah.
And then obviously, in my two chairmanships, I'm the chairman of community development and small business, and then also chairman on the center side as well for cannabis policy. So even those,
Just out of curiosity, did you get to pick the committees you want, or you get
no,
told? I never knew.
well, we always submit in the beginning of a session on
Okay.
what are the positions or leadership positions that we're interested in,
Okay.
and then also committee assignments that we would like to be in. So I'm on Ways and Means, Financial Services.
Makes
I
sense.
have migrated more into kind of, I'll say, the financial and revenue booster area
Yeah.
and things that are kind of naturally important to Western Massachusetts when it comes to business. But obviously, I still have my repertoire when it comes to criminal justice reform, education, and also food insecurity and things that have to do with
I'm so
marginalized communities.
so
So
grateful for that because you
thank you.
mentioned that I work with Head Start, and
Yeah.
so they're federally funded, and I was meeting today with the executive director
Hmm.
talking about Okay, what's the contingency upon the contingency upon the contingency? And I think the reality that's really, and it's interesting. I just heard on the news, I think it was like last night, and I can't think of her name, but Republican at the national level, and she came out and she was like, all of a sudden,
Marjorie Green.
yes. And I was
Yeah,
like, oh,
she is talking the right language. Obviously, on the Democratic side, difference of opinion on some issues, but this one she's dead set on.
but wasn't it
When
interesting how
millions
when
of
it, yeah,
people, when we're talking about healthcare,
mhm,
regardless of um
red or blue?
red or blue, people want healthcare, people want access to
Yep.
healthcare, and right now, that's the biggest one that's in jeopardy. And I
Yeah.
think that folks need to understand it's not Democrats not wanting to come to the table and work.
Thank you.
Anytime that there was a potential shutdown that could have came about in the past, the Republicans were brought to the table, and I think that they found a medium to be able to move the country forward. And now, because when it comes to healthcare, what the Democrats on the Senate side are saying is, if we don't figure out how to not make sure that people are paying way more on their health care, we can't come to the table because that's
Right.
one of the biggest things
Right.
that of importance. Can they come to a consensus of trying to figure out to move the country forward out of this lockdown, and then from there move to another conversation on the medical side or on the healthcare side? I mean, but right
Possibly,
now
but that's the problem, right?
it's
Like, I feel
nerve
like that's
wracking.
what's it called? It starts with a C. It's not like a contingency, but the like delay, like they could like reopen the government and like wait the like however many days,
And
but
I
they
think
just
that they
said no
just
to
don't.
that, and
Yeah, they
then
say no to that because if not, then they just
right,
give up a reason for them to come to the table, and then from there they can just
yeah,
close it out, and then healthcare is a mess regardless. So when
yep,
we're looking at what this big beautiful bill that Trump called, what it has created is that there's about almost 1 million people at risk, or probably more, in the Commonwealth of Massachusetts of losing their health care.
yep,
Children, families, women, elderly. That's real. This is like real pocketbook things that are serious when it comes to our community, especially here in Western
yeah,
Massachusetts, and
1000%.
especially when it comes to just the systems in place and trying to get an appointment, trying to get
Thank you.
to a doctor, trying to get your mental health services, or trying to, like, I'm just
Oh
putting
my God.
myself out there and being vulnerable. Like, my son just yesterday has a tear in his ACL, and he's in 11th grade,
Mhm.
and football season is kind of in peril right now. But to get my son to see an ortho, it's till the 21st of October, and we're here on the 10th,
Yep.
or the 9th, I mean. So,
Yeah.
granted, those are things that we are working on in the legislature, trying to
Well,
push our community
I'm getting
forward.
yelled
But
at. I don't want to cut you off, but literally last month when I did this, I had Jay Ash with me, and Jay
yeah,
was like talking and talking because I love him, and we just kept talking.
yeah,
And then Bill Cole was standing outside the door, and his head was just getting bigger and bigger and bigger and redder and redder and redder. And so he literally told me, "I lose my
we love
podcast
Bill.
if you're not on the stage
Oh
on
no,
time." So, and you're first up, I think. So I got to let you go. One last 60-second answer.
yeah.
Why is a event for entrepreneurs and for business people, specifically to the Latino and Latina population, like tonight's event? Why is that so important to you personally as a Latino?
Well, as being a small business owner, having my own print company, film company, and then necessarily now moving into the public space, I have to understand that that's the lifeblood of my community,
Yeah.
right? When they first migrated here from Puerto Rico, or Latinos in general, they came here to work, or they came here to open business to provide for their families.
Yeah.
And sometimes these events, some of these individuals, they're sole proprietors, and they can't come to these events, or they can't come to certain
Mm-hmm.
functions to learn and to be able to get that technical assistance. So,
Yeah.
this is what it is.
Yeah.
This is what living local is about. And I think that people got to understand that, we're here to stay, and we just want to be a place at the table. We're not trying to take over anything. We're just trying to be
You can
a
take
piece
over.
of the.
You can take over whatever you want if you're good, just like anybody can. I don't care who you are, what skin color you got, what who you sleep with, as long as you're good at what you do, and
Yeah,
you get good at what you do
we
by
just want to
being
work with
here.
everybody.
Yeah.
It's all about
Yeah.
collaboration. I think that we're moving into that direction, and
What I
Western Mass has a great group of
What I
people that
wanted
do
to
so.
ask you, and I won't because it would be mean. I wanted to ask you, and so don't answer because you're gonna get yourself in trouble. I
Yeah.
wanted to ask you what the best, because I have my opinion, what the best Puerto Rican restaurant was in Springfield, Springfield proper. Don't answer because literally, then it's gonna be like a war of Adam Gomez said. But I can tell you that the
It
other.
depends on what area you're at, because they're all good.
Oh, see, that's a politician answer. Adam Gomez, I love
I
you. I am
appreciate it.
so grateful for you.
Thank
Thank
you,
you.
Joe.
And keep Chris. We're gonna keep him, and maybe I'll have you back when we don't have to speed talk.
Yes, I love it, and I'm willing, and I'm ready.
All right, vote, vote. I don't care who you vote for, but vote, vote. Thank you.